So yeah, that's interesting.
Welcome everybody to Game 2 of Rester Joyal to Unsold Stuff Gaming. So, last game we saw Unsold Stuff Gaming play aggressively with an Evelyn into... what the fuck is RJ stand for again?
Royal Jesters?
It's not Royal Jesters.
Rascal Jester.
Rascal Jester. We're good at this. Anyways, I really hope fucking Unsold Stuff Gaming doesn't pick Evelyn again.
Yeah, it definitely was one of the weaker parts of their comp. Just not able to create any pressure anywhere, always getting spotted out by the pretty aggressive vision on the part of Rascal Jesters.
I think you'd want, like, defensive vision if you're facing against an Evelyn, but wait, no. No, they did. They did put aggressive wards down so they can spot out where the Evelyn's camps are going to be. And a lot of that was just Neo walking into Wyvern's jungle without actually knowing where he is, and then just getting absolutely destroyed at any given point in time, because Lee Sin was just like so ahead at any point.
So, Unsold Stuff Gaming does ban out the Galio and the Tom Kench, which were both parts of their global, semi-global roaming comp last time. So hopefully they're not going to get collapsed on as hard, and they might actually be able to make some plays happen.
Since they banned out two of the major parts of Rascal Jester's composition, would you say that Rascal Jester's comp is now an X-semi-global? No? Okay.
Right, there's always more semi-globals they could make.
I was trying to do a joke with X Semi-Pro, but you didn't like it. I forgot only I Will Dominate fans will get that one. Fuck.
Alright, Thresh on the part of Rascal Gestures, Ash, and also Neo taking away the Lee Sin that Wyvern had last time. Thresh, and if they lock in Elise, might be looking for a pick comp with Varus.
Elise is pretty much like the only other early game jungler who can tango with Lee Sin. Both of them are, I mean, yes, but not, they don't exactly have, like, Olaf doesn't really have like the same strengths that Lee Sin does. I like to think of Evelyn as just AP Lee Sin.
I see.
Early game aggressive, usually builds into tank because he gets outscaled, sort of. If he gets ahead, he can just completely take over a game during the early parts and make it unwinnable. Also, skill shot reliant and lots of buttons that require precision. It does look like a pick comp coming out of Rascal Jesters with a mild bit of poke from the on-hit Varus, whereas Unsold Stuff Gaming is going for a little bit more of a peel and pick composition so far, but we've got to see what their other two picks are going to be. We have yet to see the top laner and mid lane for Rascal Jester. Ooh, have we seen Lavi play before? We have seen, well,
last game Lavi played
last game.
Aurelion Sol.
Aurelion Sol?
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to be seeing Aurelion Sol again. Alright, Jace ban comes out. Meanwhile, Fiora ban is dumped down to Achamomo. Target ban. You can actually hear them say, like, target ban. Alright,
and Aurelion Sol ban comes out, so showing respect to part of the comp that beat them last game.
Pretty sure... I feel like you don't need to ban out every single map mobility champion in the game. Like, you should be able to just adapt to certain situations and just leaving them up.
Like, sure, ban out Galio, because, yeah, Galio's OP. Ban out Tom Kench if you're wanting to make plays bot lane.
The target ban of Fiora is fine.
Aurelion Sol, I'm not sure about.
Just feel like Unsold Stuff Gaming is very unprepared for the comp that they fought last game. So they're just like, we don't want to deal with that anymore. We want you to play something normal, guys. Come on. So Rascal Jesters are now opting into a bit of a more standard team composition. Achamomo opts into a counter pick in top lane. See how that plays out. Oh, do it. Oh, alright.
Locked in Anivia, so wave clear, poke, disengage.
Pretty sure they're just looking to team. Pretty sure that's called a team fighting comp. And a LeBlanc. It's gonna be rather tricky. Okay, well, Orianna would also be good here. Wombo combo out from Unsold Stuff Gaming has lots of catch out with swift combos.
Well, maybe looking for something to help wave clear to match the Anivia.
Most likely. So, where do you think most of the action is going to be happening? Top lane is going to be a bit of a scrap fest. 80 carries are going to probably stay far away from each other unless Yuki can actually land some good hooks. Because we've seen like a lot of Thresh in Japan, and like I've only seen like one Thresh play well. I think that was on Rampage. Pretty sure Rampage played Thresh and they did it well.
Rampage or DFM?
Alright. Oh yeah, it was DFM. So, Thresh is pretty hit or miss so far from what we've seen in Japan, but he has been, like, consistently pick banned.
Yeah, high value, especially because we've seen a couple pick comps come out from these Japanese games, so...
Now we get to see Achimoma playing Gragas in the top lane, Weavern with Elise in the jungle, Lavi and Nivea in mid lane, Noah on Varus as the AD carry, Yuki on Thresh as support. Meanwhile, on Unsold Stuff Gaming, we have Oppaman on Jarvan 4 in the top lane, Neo playing as Lee Sin in the jungle, Remind playing Orianna in mid lane, Reddy playing Ashe as the AD carry, and Enti playing Zyra in support.
So I think both of the bot lanes have tools to make plays happen.
They do absolutely do. They do absolutely have that. Problem is that one of them is a little bit more gated towards level 6 engages, meanwhile the other one simply just gets much stronger at level 6 while still keeping the same trade pattern. I think
that paired with 2 early game junglers.
Yeah, that's going to make for a pretty scrappy bottom lane. I think junglers are going to be ignoring top lane for the most part, as we see Noah start on Neo.
Momo did opt into the poor matchup that is Gragas against Jarvan, so we'll see how he plays that out.
Looks like both junglers are starting on towards the top side, possibly telegraphing that they want to go and end their clears down towards the bottom side, where they'll be recognizing that most of the scrapping is going to be taking place. Setting up plants in the bottom lane with Zyra's Enti Zyra. RJ's not actually able to get into here fast enough to actually deny it, so they have to play back a little bit. Usually you want to go get into lane as fast as possible to try and deny Zyra from getting into the bush, but they're only able to get about half the bush vision that they actually want, so they'll be able to concede. Well, they won't have to concede as much as they would before, but now they're being forced out. And the first little bit goes to Unsold Stuff Gaming. GG.
Well, USG wins dominance.
This is the sort of stuff that's going to happen when you get when you show up to lane late.
Atiamama looking to harass the jungler.
Well, trying to look for
maybe steal some chickens.
Looking for it, gets one stolen away from him.
Aquaman actually started with the corrupting potion, so definitely looking to trade frequently. And
it seems to be a Japanese thing where they go and they take corruption potion and then going into triple Dorans or double Dorans at least. I think it's really strange. We haven't seen that in other regions, have we?
Not a whole lot of corruption potions, no.
Okay. Lavi just hits level 2, so he's unable to actually harass. Well, Weavern gets a healthy level 2, where Neo had to deal with the Gragas semi-leashing him instead of his actual top laner. So we might be seeing an early back out of Neo, and probably won't be visiting bottom lane anytime soon. Probably just going to be farming for a while. We see that Unsold Stuff Gaming has spotted out Wyvern on Elise. Do they actually have wards there, or are they just guessing where he is? Because if there's a ward there, that's really good prediction. But if like they don't have wards there, it's really good. It's really good map knowledge of where the Elise started and where the Elise is going to be, as well as like knowledge of the timers.
Wyvern's gonna be picking up this red buff, and USG's actually pushed in pretty far in the bot lane.
Thing is, though, is that they've got a pink, or they've got a ward over in the tri-bush, so they'll be able to see anything that's coming. They recognize that they're.
Unless she goes over the wall.
Oh god! All right,
and
really good by Wyvern.
Back,
Holy
so
shit!
This is priority for RJ.
This is so good for Rascal Jester.
Cocoon lands, Spider comes out.
Gonna be just a little bit of poke damage, not really a lot gonna be traded. Still though, showing them, hey, I know where your wards are. Jesus, that's actually like really spooky. Like, it's impressive for Unsold Stuff Gaming to know where the enemy jungler is going to be. Oh wow, that ward actually reached all the way over.
As one of my favorite warding spots. That and the warding into river from blue side top lane. From the little crook in the jungle.
Gotcha.
Safe warding is the best kind of warding, folks.
My favorite ward is the Scar ward.
So not warding?
Warding incorrectly. You're not frogging yet, Lavi. So there's a little trick that he doesn't actually have pressure on Remind because he's still like technically under tower and Lavi's like too far away. What you want to do with the Anivia wall is threaten them, is like put the wall immediately behind them and then force them, when usually they'll just like auto walk away, they'll like try to like click behind the wall. The auto pathing will direct them the shortest distance between where they are currently and where they want to go around the wall. So then Anivia players will often go and throw their ice ball out onto the shortest path to catch them out while they're retreating, and then they'll be able to get like a much larger combo out of there.
You were a Anivia main for a day. What do you think about the Corruption Potion at the start?
Corruption Potion is fine until he gets like some mana items. Because Anivia, okay, well, lots of damage coming out of here by Remind onto Lavi. I think it's fine. I think it's pretty good. Really, Anivia's weaknesses are going to be in the early game when she doesn't actually have those mana generating items. And she's just looking to maybe trade a little bit and get lane dominance. I think you'd get more value out of Corruption Potion than you would out of Dorn's Ring. Remind's trying to look to disrupt the back timers.
Got Pace coming out bot lane, or bot side jungle. She gets spotted out.
Hawkshot spots out Wyvern, yep. And Lavi's back timer got disrupted by Orianna. Wait, what are you doing? Lavi, you're retarded!
Ult for passive.
I think that's worth it on the side of Remind.
Probably.
Passive is going to be down longer than his ultimate.
Shockwave is a fairly short cooldown.
Oh god. Okay, so Lavi could have backed. How much gold is he sitting on? He's got 39 CS right now. He probably had, what? Probably had about 20 CS. That's probably enough for at least a tier. Oh. I'm not happy with Lavi's performance right now. I don't like Lavi's Anivia. Wyvern shows up mid lane to try and catch a CS while Lavi recalls. Neo setting up aggressive wards into RJ's bottom side jungle, trying to catch out the Spider Girl, Elise. Sonic Wave lands out, Cocoon misses, able to get some aggressive pushes in here. Ward hop forward for the extra auto text, gonna have to flash out. Flash forward for the extra auto, and now Wyvern is on the receiving end of bad trades. What the fuck, Lavi? Holy shit, that failed flash is so bad.
This time USG benefiting from the early jungle aggression. Neo learning what he can do when he's not on Elise. Or Evelyn, rather.
That was really good there by Unsold Stuff Gaming to go aggressively and to like recognize, like, using the hawk shot to find out Wyvern while he's on his wolves then having Neo come in with the support from Remind to actually go into the red jungle and like lay wait there for Wyvern. Meanwhile, meanwhile Rascal Jesters like don't actually defend their jungler at all while that's going down.
And then just questionable stuff from Lavi.
Yeah, Lavi's just being an actual ape right now. I'm really disappointed with his Anivia performance currently. Now we see the Corruption Potion get discarded by Achimomo for the Triple Doran's Ring. They recognize that the blue buff has been transferred over to Lavi, so now mid lane is going to be an actual farm fest instead of whatever it was 4 minutes ago.
And with that play, USC was also able to establish complete vision control in the bottom side jungle. So, looking to avoid any more cheeky plays from Wyvern.
Achimomo has ultimate up, but the
Dave.
knock-up stops Achimomo from actually playing down his explosive cask, knocking him back probably into the Anivia. Unsold Stuff Gaming now are actually just keeping tabs on Wyvern 24/7. You can't be afraid of the jungler if you can see him, which is like strange considering how Neo is the one who played Evelynn and wasn't able to use that strength. Seems like their junglers just got swapped. You'd expect like these junglers to be two different people. Again, another roam towards top lane. Holds his ultimate. Wait, he actually used his ultimate. Thinking. Bottom lane, farm it out just a little bit. Not a lot of action has actually happened in the bottom lane, despite what we thought about was going to happen. Oh, Ashe ultimate comes out, but gets flashed away really well by Yuki. Not flashing directly away from the Ashe ultimate. Instead, at a little bit of an angle.
RJ has re-established vision control in their own jungle. Keeping an eye out for the Lee Sin as they push up.
But Neo's playing a little bit forward.
Lots of wards from both of these teams is probably preventing large plays from happening.
Rascal Jester put their wards on towards their top side of the jungle, recognizing that their bottom lane got completely overtaken. They just abandoned that for a little while, then put the wards in towards the blue side because the camps are still there. And then after the blue buff got transferred over, they swapped the wards back down toward... They've got two pinks in the bottom side to make sure that they don't get dove. Wait, Wyvern could have just taken Krugs. Where is he gonna go? Alright, so if you've got something else to do, don't take the camps. Like, if you're like, alright, I gotta go do this at this specific time, or else I'm gonna get fucked. So what's Wyvern going to do? He's going to walk up to his romp. This is the sort of play. Well, Lavi's a little bit low on mana. He's got the Catalyst out here.
Lavi again getting shoved in and pressured. He is 20 CS down to the Orianna.
Well, that should be expected. It's Anivia. Now we get to see the patented Japan Lee Sin solo dragon.
I feel like there's something racist about that.
What, just because I say Japan it's racist?
Probably.
I don't get it. Anyways, Wyvern not really making good use of his own jungle. I think he's feeling like a little bit pressured right now that he doesn't actually have like the freedom to do the things that he did last game.
You see, definitely doing a good job of not being shaken last game. Neo's still not afraid to be aggressive, even though it didn't really pay off on the Evelynn.
Now he's on the champion.
Much stronger early game champ, so looking a lot better.
Things come out by Rascal Jester over towards the bottom side of the jungle, wondering where people are actually, pinging out wards, trying to find things. Jesus Christ, Lavi just keeps leaving lane. He's like, oh, Aurelion Sol is like a bird. He goes around and he flies and stuff, but then he just plays Anivia, and it was like, oh wait, I forgot Anivia doesn't have a map mobility spell. She's just a bird.
Would have much rather to have seen the Talia.
I'd actually have rather seen the Talia. If like he's going to be pulling off. Oh, fight coming out towards bottom lane. Yuki gets hooked up by the Sonic Wave. Lots of damage comes out onto Neo. Ashe Arrow pops one of them. I forgot who. Now Wyvern's stuck between a rock and a hard place as he has to fight Remind and Enti. Meanwhile, the teleport comes in from Lavi and Achimomo. Jarvan ultimate comes down onto Noah. He's able to cut it out for a little bit extra damage. He's able to take down Jarvan. Now Anti's the one who is stuck here. Really messy fight by both teams, and it absolutely explodes this out completely. That's 4 for 1 in favor of Rascal Jester. Wow.
The dual teleports on the side of Rascal Jester did come in handy.
Then again, it was like Remind was there at the beginning of the fight, so. But you're right. Like,
I actually want to get a replay on how that started.
I do as well. I'm not sure if we're gonna get it. Japan doesn't seem to like replays all that much. But Remind. Okay, here we go. So now we get to see Yuki walks up to try and clear vision of the bush, but gets jumped in by Neo.
So Yuki starts.
Ash ultimate.
3 teleports come in.
All at the same spot. Jungler and support trade. Wyvern has to flash out so that he doesn't get deleted by Remind. Meanwhile, the Ashe is in the back, and Opperman is getting kited by Varus and Anivia. And it's just a very messy, unfocused team fight by Unsold Stuff Gaming. They go and they throw a bunch of their important cooldowns onto the support, but they don't actually have enough focus or cooldowns available to make good on it for any other members.
Died almost immediately.
Yeah.
And then Aukman got caught out into a 3v1.
Now we see Unsold Stuff Gaming trying to make the best of a bad situation and having Neo solo Rift Herald. It's actually really difficult sometimes when you have to walk around and hit Rift Herald in the eye when you're the person who's soloing it.
So despite that flub earlier,
Wyvern's gonna look for a steal here. Neo may have to back off completely. Opperman's following up. They're looking for it. They're able to get it, but now he's zoned away from the actual buff. Ward hops in, and Rascal Jester's unsuccessful in actually zoning them away from the Rift Herald.
Yeah, so despite that mess of a team fight, USG is still ahead, and
that's interesting.
And there weren't any objectives that RJ could actually take from that afterwards, so all they wound up doing was evening up the kill count. So,
Bold lead
priority still slightly for USG.
Very slightly, yeah, but still, in a game like League of Legends, games are won and lost by the slight leads and how you use them. Got the bottom wave pushing in towards Unsold Stuff Gaming here. They may look to freeze it here, if possible, but it looks like they're just going to be pushing it out very slowly. I think Anivia went into solo the blue buff, but now he's getting zoned away from his own lane.
Hotshot's gonna spot out Elise again.
So, the positioning there by Lavi and Remind towards the mid lane is actually pretty funny. Remind plays up forward, trying to cut Anivia off from her return route and saying, if you try and come here, I will throw my spells at you. Wait, what the fuck is this Rift Herald? Alright.
Wanting to force down bot tower. It's pretty low.
It's happy. Wait, what's Remind doing
Remind
here?
gets caught out.
Is he gonna live? Whoa! Hook in comes from the Thresh, is able to delete Remind. Knock up. Trade of kills. Messy fight in favor of Rascal Jester. Now that push bottom lane that Unsold Stuff Gaming wanted to do. Wait, it's not over yet. Lavi's gonna go and fight Heretti.
He has flash and heal. He shouldn't.
No, he he doesn't have flash. He's only got heal, and that's not really gonna help you when you're point blank against an Anivia.
Yeah, I wonder what Remind was doing, walking through the enemy's jungle down to that fight.
Yeah, that's pretty risky.
You know that Wyvern and Lavi are both in the area, at least close enough to respond to.
I think they had Enti and Neo drop down the Rift Herald right underneath the tri-bush. So Remind said, it was like, oh, they're right underneath the tri-bush, so they're probably going to be okay. Oh, so he was looking for a catch-out onto Lavi. He thought that by leaving mid lane first, he would have to force a reaction out by Lavi to follow in. But then it just leads into this team fight where Remind gets deleted instantly, and the knock-up is able to... Well, it's a strange trade of kills. So Remind tried to like out-mind game out Lavi, but he actually just ended up outplaying himself. Going to be a little bit of a dance around the dragon. Trying to fight for vision here. I think Unsold Stuff Gaming is winning the Vision game around here. Appaman walking down. Maybe trying to get pressure out onto Lavi before they can actually go and start this dragon.
Or Jay look to be fishing for a pick before anything starts. Wyvern's actually going to start up the dragon.
They drag it out, and now they're going to be wheedling it down as Lavi tries to scissor them from the top side. Has to flash out so that he doesn't get insect, but he does get so anyway. And now Lavi's just going to die. Oh wait, Chains of Corruption come out. Stun lands onto Lavi. I don't think that's who you want to be stunning here so soon. Achimomo pops his ultimate to try and disrupt Unsold Stuff Gaming from pursuing them any further, and he's just going to be stuck in the Dragon Pit until his belly flop is up.
Yeah, lack of commitment on the side of RJ. Wyvern starting up the dragon. No one seems to want to actually do it. And then the dance just leads to Lavi getting...
all in by Appaman onto Wyvern. Cataclysm drops, and now he has to jump up. He has to jump over to the other side of the wall and try to make a trade happen. Shockwave comes out onto Noah, is actually able to delete him very easily. Flag and Drag come in, and they're able to grab an extra kill. What the fuck is this Japan server? Why are we casting this? This is like messier than like Dignitas versus... What's another clown team? CLG?
Liquid.
Oh. Renegades, fuck it. Just fuck it. Clowns, the lot of them.
I believe the only clowns here would be the Rascal Jester.
XD? That's why I said it's a clown fight.
None of them are playing Shaco, though.
Oh, feels bad.
So, series of mistakes on the part of Rascal Jester lead to a lot of pickups from USG.
Really good for Unsold Stuff Gaming. They've got a lot more control over this game than they did over the last game. I think most of that comes in part from Neo, because Neo felt AFK last game. He was only there to be an extra cannon minion for the enemy team to pick up from time to time in the jungle. But now here, Neo's like actually playing a forward, like he's playing the champion that he wanted to play. I actually do forget if Rascal Jester picked up the Lee Sin as a denial or as a counter, because that would make sense. Picking it up as a denial.
I feel like that's something we don't have a way of knowing yet.
Feels bad, man. We're gonna have to start
So
keeping
we're more
records
familiar
of
with
these
the players.
Yeah.
Yeah, put up a spreadsheet or something.
Yeah, I'll go make a spreadsheet after this game, and then I'll have it up and ready for the next game. We can see like what kind of champions that these players play from records.
We will construct our own .gg since the actual .ggs are not helpful for wildcard teams.
I would like to point out a very minor weakness for Unsold Stuff Gaming. Any fight that Remind is not in is a fight that Unsold Stuff Gaming is likely to lose because of the heavy focus on AD. Wait, that cocoon actually lands out. Good combo out by Lavi. Finally.
Neo trying to
wait, don't do that. Actually able to run away. That was a max range cum drop. Forgot what it's called.
Now US are in full retreat here. Like, they can't even do anything to re-engage.
They may have to just give up this mid tower, but it's a cannon minion and 2 casters, so that's not really going to stay alive for much longer. Ultimate comes out, works completely. Now Lavi and Neo, or Appaman and Neo, are zoned out. Have to wait for the wall to come back in. They don't actually have the proper positioning to play aggressively on that excellent wall. Able to make things uncomfortable for Unsold Stuff Gaming for a little while. Wait,
another cocoon.
What is this? Alright, Remind may actually be destroyed. Shockwave doesn't actually catch anybody, but now Wyvern gets kicked into the wall, then dies. Rip the itsy bitsy spider.
Looks like Lavi's woken up here a bit.
Yeah.
Really good wall placements and adding in these picks.
I've completed my Roa, guys. I remember how to play Anivia. Wyvern also actually remembered and goes, oh wait a second, I'm just AP Lee Sin. I just need to land one thing to pick people out instead of trying to kick, then ward hop, then Sonic Wave. I could just press the one button. In the mid lane, though, we do see a gold lead for Remind, so any fight that Remind is in, they're most likely to win. Top lane is fairly even, though it's a bit skewed in Opperman's favor with all those assists being on him. But he has been like low HP for a surprising amount of the time in lane or in fights. What are these question mark pings by Rascal Jester? They're just like, I don't know where anybody is. Don't pretend to play the lane if you don't know where the jungler is. Neo's looking for... Oh, he's just walking in. Alright, hey guys. The no gank pressure application.
I mean, tower's down. It's not like he's going to be doing a whole lot.
It's just a shortcut. Listen, it's like just making sure that the enemy team knows that they can't gank mid lane. So now they actually do a complete lane swap here, seeing that the top lane towers are still up, but both bottom lane towers are... Oh wait! Achamomo gets squashed under the tower, but has to flash out. With max cleaver stacks applied and sitting under tower, that's actually a dangerous proposition even for somebody like Gragas. Though he did have his ultimate to try and save himself if something bad were to happen. Vision's gonna be cleared out by the side of Wyvern. By the side of Wyvern? What the fuck? Ash ultimate
comes out again. 0 for 0 this game, it feels like.
Whoa! Wait! What was that ultimate by Noah? What is this fight that's about to happen?
Ambitious.
That's the wrong. He's in Korea, the wrong server. Neo's looking for an aggressive play down onto Lavi, lands the Sonic Strike, is able to get the kick out onto Lavi, but he flashes away just in time so that he's not going to get insect properly. Now we see Achamomo just balls deep inside Unsold Stuff Gaming. Shockwave is able to catch out Lavi, and they're trying to run away! Gets popped into the egg form. Now they're going to have to defend their position or just leave him behind. They just say, fuck it! Bitch is dead! Let's go! But now Wyvern has to run away faster. Cleaver's attack speed is going to let him keep up fairly easily. He's got no mana.
No mana for the combo.
He just has to auto-attack him to death and is actually unable to do so. Now with 5 people alive on the side of Unsold Stuff Gaming, they're going to look to go and start up the Baron. With a Mountain Dragon...
Is low, but this still should be relatively safe, unless he gets poked out by the low mana Varus.
With a Mountain Dragon and a Zyra, they should be able to get this easily. Wyvern's not actually able to be in position for this, and they look for the hook to try and maybe make an ambitious play, but just back off. Really strange and scrappy fight there. Good teleport by Unsold Stuff Gaming.
Yeah, Achamomo teleported to try and get the flank, but wound up just fighting all 5 of their members while the rest of his team tried to catch up.
Alright, so now we get to see a replay of how this fight started out. Neo goes in onto Lavi, tries to make a pick, realizing that a lot of their teamfight potential is in there. Flash away is really good.
Okay, so at this point they disengaged, and Achamomo's on his own.
Achamomo's just inting. He's like, where's my team? Now that Lavi already used Flash to try and stay away from the Lee Sin kick, he's actually just a sitting Frostbird. Gonna say duck, but that's...
The technical term is Cryo Phoenix.
Listen, I was going to say duck, but that's actually wrong. Like what? You think because I just got 2 wings, all the birds are alike? You're just going to say that we all look like ducks? Really? Really? You insensitive bitch. Anyways, that's a Baron picked up for Unsold Stuff Gaming. Really good by them. Really fucking retarded by Rascal Jester. And now they're going to be looking to squeeze them out Korean style by splitting 1-3-1. Or a variation thereof. 1-1-3. 1-1-5. Got Cannonman here, just slowly chipping away this mid tower, not actually being a threat though. Neo's maybe looking for a dive towards mid lane. Yep, they're gonna go and look to pressure out the mid lane tower, but not actually able to that feel when a full Anivia combo deals 0 damage to the jungler. Feels good, man. 3 MR items. That's actually okay. So Unsold Stuff Gaming have a heavy AD composition. Meanwhile, Rascal Jester have a full AP composition. Just feels like, yeah, Rascal Jester don't have as much armor as Unsold Stuff Gaming do have MR.
And Rascal Jester can't even like prioritized armor that heavily either, because the lion's share of the team fight damage is still Orianna at this point.
Yeah. Now they're just going to be able to take the bottom tower for free, and the top tower as well. Pressure game by Unsold Stuff Gaming is really good. Now they're going to peel out for Dragon here. He's going to start it up. And Rascal Jester, what needs to happen for Rascal Jester to actually be able to come back from this game, or do you think it's a bit lost at this point? They're about like 9,000 gold down.
I mean, yes, yeah. At this point, like the betting man would say, yeah, USG's one with the eternal caveat of unless they fuck it up.
Yeah, so like with that in mind, what proactive plays do Rascal Jester need to make instead of just depending on the enemy team to make a mistake?
They need to not be caught in fights.
Yeah.
And
I think
they do still have very strong pick from their comp.
They do have strong picks, so maybe they want to go and look for a little skirmish around here, because we can see that Unsold Stuff Gaming is like split pushing right now. They've got the Ashe in the top lane, the Jarvan in the bottom lane. That means that there are 3 people who are unaccounted for, so you could maybe go for some of these small and scrappy fights so that you can actually defend yourself.
Yeah, if they can find some picks and start taking down some individual members of USG, they'll be able to start reapplying pressure on the map. The problem is that requires vision control that RJ just aren't able to establish right now.
Looks like RJ is just going to be defending their base towers for now, and maybe waiting for an ambitious play by Unsold Stuff Gaming. Maybe they can like force out a wave clear dive situation like we saw in earlier games, where they're actually just going to be efficient enough at wave clearing now that Baron buff is gone, that Unsold Stuff Gaming has to crack the base by diving and then like misplaying from there. Because Rascal Jester do still have like a lot of CC to keep people in one spot, or knocking them away from the safety of their team, so that they actually get hard punished by the tower.
I just want to point out that Remind has gone Rabadon's 3rd item, so she hurts.
Seeing that there's no magic resist on the side of Rascal Jester, the only 2 people who really have it are Wyvern and Achimomo with a single magic resist item. Oh, but now he's got a Void Staff too, so actually none of that matters anymore. Get fucked.
So yeah, this Orianna can spell doom for the entire team with an ult.
I'd also like to point out the support Ashe on the side of Unsold Stuff Gaming. 0, 2, and 10. Hey guys, I'm helping. I'm dealing damage.
Hey, I mean, it's Ashe, you know, like, it's Ashe.
My Ashe doesn't flash ult into the enemy team. I'm very disappointed.
Well, that might explain a lot as to why you're constantly upset at bot lane.
Fuck, you're right. Looks like Rascal Jester are going to look to reclaim a little bit of the jungle in the top side. Getting some of this vision out. Yuki, you don't need to go and clear that ward out. It's like 2 seconds away from dying. Baron buff is now within 40 seconds, so they're going to try and maybe contest this. Trying to look at Unsold Stuff Gaming to start it up, take a little bit of extra... What is it? Is there armor lowered, or is there magic resist lowered? Hi, Baron.
I believe it's armor. Does Baron do magic damage?
Wait, why did...
I don't think so.
Alright, so Lavi's safety net of Flash is down now. So he's just going to be prey for a insect combo, or an Ashe arrow, or Zyra, or Jarvan.
30% CDR on Orianna. It's gonna be back up by the time anything happens around Baron.
Unsold Stuff Gaming go and get a lot of the vision control back around Baron directly, but they're still having Oppaman and Achimomo duke it out on the bottom lane. Both of them still have TP to try and join this. TPs are in favor of Unsold Stuff Gaming, though. They've got a lot more wards here. Though these teams are like still fighting it out.
Yeah, lots of emphasis on the vision game right now.
Pretty sure if
a team leading to a TP flank could net some good things for RJ still. They actually have missed a ward in the pit right there.
Opperman's trying to zone them out, uses the Cataclysm to zone them away. Flagon drags out to keep them stuck in one place. Really good by Opperman to keep them away. Now they're maybe looking for a fight here. Ash Arrow drops onto nobody. They engage onto Achimomo. Ice Storm's going to come out to try and kite them away. They pick out Neo, but massive shockwave fucks Rascal Jester in the ass. Oh my god.
Yeah, there was no TP, no attempt at a flank. Achimomo just tried to walk right in. Got slowed to oblivion.
That was... Okay, that was a really good play by Opperman to keep 3 people locked inside the Cataclysm while he goes and flag and drags out. But then, like, amazing ultimate out of her mind to actually force them into their base to end the game. That's 4 people dead. God bless. And now we get to see Game 3.
Silver Straight.
It's not actually like the 5th game, it's the 3rd game, so we have to get with a shitty version. Alright, so that was a much cleaner game out of Neo onto the Lee Sin, and who's the jungle? Oh, Wyvern actually was completely pressured out of his own jungle and was unable to make any proactive plays in like around jungle because of the pressure from the Lee Sin. Top lane was pretty much a farm fest. I wasn't pleased with Lavi's performance on Anivia, and I think the draft from Rascal Jester was a little bit greedy, having 4 magic damage players. Here's just a replay coming out showing how that team fight played and Opperman's role in all of that.
Yeah, I feel like what we had here was a mirror of the last game, where jungle pressure and aggressive warding.
Oh my god!
The pace of the game and prevented the enemy from actually getting anything done. Only on this time it was USG utilizing that and RJ paying the price.
Absolutely.
For not matching it.
Also, even though Unsold Stuff Gaming had a mostly AD composition, they put resources onto their Orianna, their only magic damage source, with a good matchup in the mid lane, and also had a backup AP champion in the bottom side as the Zyra. So they're not as like heavily physical damage as you might think. Meanwhile, 4 people AP on the side of Rascal Jester, and they didn't even put any significant resources onto their only AD threat. They expected, like, Lavi to hard carry with the Anivia and Wyvern to actually, like, do things on Elise. They were expecting, like, early game dominance, but you can't exactly have early game dominance with an Anivia unless you go and put the resources into mid lane from the jungle. But they couldn't do that because Neo was getting vision on them. We had the Hawk Chat continuously dropping out into their jungle. We had rotations from Neo to try and keep them like in their own jungle. So it's really cool by Unsold Stuff Gaming this game, trying to switch it up.